Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
Wake up! I see the sunshine gazing through the window pane. Whether you're black or Asian, Latin, Caucasian, Haitians need our donation. No matter the total, time to think global. Pick up your mobile and put it on your phone bill. Whether you're black or Asian, Latin, Caucasian, Haitians need our donation. Time to think global. Pick up your mobile, put it on your phone bill. People need hope still.
Bringing it to a current issue today on Twitter, I saw you talking with Mr. Fab about the Oscar Grant case.
Yeah, man.
Why don't you put the people on what's going on with that real quick?
Okay, so today, Mr. Fab sent out a tweet and basically saying that they succeeded in getting a change of venue for the Oscar Grant case. This has got me heated, irate, pissed, you know what I'm saying, ready to ride, man. I can't believe this. So, like, basically to fill y'all in, Oscar Grant was a young man who was shot on the BART train.
On video.
On video on January 1st, New Year's. If y'all have never been to Oakland or San Francisco on the New Year's, it gets pretty cranking. People get on BART for free, and there's hundreds, thousands of people taking BART from Frisco after the 12 o'clock jump off, coming back to different parts of the Bay. So many trains and people on these trains witnessed this shooting in front of them. The guy was unarmed. You can Google it now. Oscar Grant, go to Google it. He was shot in the back by two cops. One cop had his knee in his back. He was face down. They pulled these guys off the BART. Wasn't even sure if they were the people they were looking for. Pulled him off, socked him up, you know, laid Oscar Grant on the ground, who was actually trying to tell everybody else to calm down, put his knee in his back, pulled out his gun, shot him in the back. While he's dying, these other 5-6 cops is like standing like a football offensive line, trying to block the site and not helping this man, not taking him to the hospital, not calling nobody. They're blocking and standing with stone face while people are taking pictures with their cameras, screaming, crying, upset, yelling, and then they go to try to confiscate all the phones for evidence.
Yeah.
So moving into now, my man Jack Bryson, he came by when we did the M1 tour with Dead Prez. He came by in Oakland, in East Oakland, and gave us an update. Also, a friend of mine, who is Oscar Grant's cousin, gave us an update. Basically, what's going on now is you got the cops on one side, you got the people on the other side, and it's been riots. It's been a lot of activism and activity trying to get different officials in the police conglomerate to step down. Been a lot of pressure on the mayor. Fools are just smashing in the town right now, and
yeah,
there's a lot of.
I just got a new police chief.
Yes, exactly. A lot of good things have happened from this. A lot of energy, a lot of people coming together and demanding their rights. Now, what some of the things that have been unfortunate is, one, the cop was granted bail. This murderer, Marcellis, was granted bail.
Didn't he try to run away to Vegas or something?
Yeah, he tried to disappear. He was granted bail.
Oh man.
And now we got this case going on. There's community members coming in the courtroom, and the cops are joking, laughing. They're lying. They're making remarks like Oscar Grant and his friends were thugs. I mean, if you look into these youngsters' eyes, man, I mean, these are tough guys from Hayward, from around the Bay Area, and they crushed right now. They fighting, but they don't understand how so much injustice can happen. Yeah. So one of the things that happened, the cops made a lot of the cops who were supposedly there or witnesses, they joking, they eat donuts, they laughing. This is stuff y'all think is jokes. Y'all think that us blacks and browns and people in the hood, whites, that we make this up, but it's true. It's really happening.
It's on video.
They're in there laughing in the courtroom, saying this kid was a thug, he deserved it. He has a history of this, history of that. Even the judge had to check him and say, yo, this ain't about his history. This is about, was he killed unfairly? And yes, he was. They try to say he was reaching for his taser. It's a lie. Every cop should be trained to know which side the taser is on and which side the pistol is on. On top of that...
No, he knew.
Oh, he knew. On top of that, they found out that one of the guys who was involved was dating the female cop. So there might have been some you know, some hurt feelings involved.
Okay.
Because they were roughing these guys up, so maybe some foul words was exchanged with her. And to top it all off, this is the crazy part that my man Jack Bryson told me. He's one of the kids that was hemmed up's father.
Okay.
He told me that the cops were questioned by a lawyer saying, have you ever used the N-word? One of the cops who participated in this murder, modern day lynching, said, have you ever used the N-word? He says no. So they pull up this video of in this, in that. You know, if I wasn't on air, I would say just like he said it. Yeah. N-word this, N-word that. You happy now? Socking fools at random. And so obviously we all know what happened. We seen the video. But right now what they're trying to do is they're trying to get the trial out of Oakland because they say that us blacks cannot fairly judge this crime. We cannot fairly decide if it was a criminal act, if it was murder. I mean, we all saw the video. I don't even see why. I know they want to make it a black thing, but I know all my fellow Latinos seen it. All my white folks seen it. So my Asians seen it.
Let's hold this thought.
Everybody's seen it.
Let's hold this thought. You put these thoughts down on wax.
Yes, and I always keep this in my music, man. I was raised on political music, and my mom was involved in a lot of stuff, like the Panthers and activism, and I learned a lot about my history. So I'm not one of these cats that's scared to speak on it.
Yes,
so
sir.
I give shouts out to all the artists that speak on it.
We're going to play a quick message. We're going to continue this conversation right here. 90.5 FM, KSJS, Dlabrie.
For sure, bro.
We'll be right back. 90.5.
Sorry if I was going hard.
I got to put a message. Oh, man, you're making some good points, dude. Like,
I'm trying to really speak on it.
More children are
go back to the history.
The boys and girls
talking about maybe me being in San Jose, like some of the stuff
while having fun.
It jumps off here. When it flows.
Place for kids.
Enough respect to MF Doom, mad respect Self-Love X, KMD, Monster Island, Sub Rock, 10-year anniversary. Thank you. Emulators lay claim to game to which they have no authority to aspire for nor even consider attempting to obtain. It's a no-brainer that these individuals consider the residual effects of other success something they can lay claim to. I fuck with MCs like Keith and Doom, Nigga Fish and LA Cool, Day Dub and Subtitle. These kids listen to Gucci Mane yet speak of underground through obvious and unjust entitlement. I'm from a hostily vital environment that confronts bullshit promptly. It's my job as a boss MC to talk honestly and sacrifice modesty as a means of enforcing policy. Arch villains get unmasked at the end of every episode thanks to those pesky flow controllers and committed science soldiers. The bolder the endeavor, the colder the severity. Not only justifies increased stability, but also a very clear picture of damnation and undeniable invincibility. Couldn't be seen by Gilbert Gottfried.
Hey, what's your name?
Candy.
Hey, why don't you pick up that shirt for a second? Let me see them titties for a second.
You got some beads?
What?
Beads.
Beads? What the hell do I need beads for?
Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay. Well, check it. If you want them, repeat after me.
Show me your titties.
You gotta work for these beads. They can be A's or they can be D's. You gotta work for these beads. Let me see some action, you know what I mean. You gotta work for these beads. They can be A's or they can be D's. You gotta work for these beads. Show me that you want them, girl, nothing's for free. Let's get the party cracking, y'all. The reason season Mardi Gras. The teasing must begin for the women to all release their bras. Season on tomfoolery, ages with some balloonery. Zooming, weaving video cameras up and down the street. Show a teak and I'ma smile like I'm a child. Feeling like I'm trapped in the volume of girls go wild. Patrolling in black and miles, my niggas re-rolling style. Beads around her neck like we just came in from the aisles. No pedophiles, only the 18 and uppers. You must show me proper ID before we go undercovers. I'm a lover of the glamour, I lay it down like a hammer. Tattoos that usually the night I end up in the slammer. Let's create a memory, expose to me your memories. Larger racks, see me spending stacks and stuttering. Tell it to the camera, whatever you want, just muttering. I bet you it's more than these damn beats that you've been wanting.
Show me your titties.
You gotta work with